Hello and welcome to YNWA Transfer News, your ultimate source for all Liverpool FC transfer news. Our first news is this: Liverpool's next 5 Premier League fixtures compared to Arsenal and Man City. Liverpool currently holds a 5-point lead at the top of the Premier League, following Arsenal's last-minute draw against Manchester City. The Reds are the only team to have bested Arsenal this season, with the Gunners securing a late equalizer in their home match against City on Sunday. City initially took the lead thanks to Erling Haaland, who finished off a sharp counterattack in the first half. Despite Arsenal's persistent efforts and a formidable performance from Gianluigi Donnarumma, it seemed that the Norwegians' goal would be enough. However, Gabriel Martinelli managed to level the score during stoppage time, breaking through City's defense and earning a point for Arsenal. This result followed Tottenham Hotspur's comeback draw against Brighton and Hove Albion on Saturday, which means Liverpool now leads the Premier League by 5 points. In other matches, Bournemouth was held to a draw at home by Newcastle United. This single point has brought them level with the North London club, leaving them just 5 points behind the reigning Premier League champions. Arne Slot's team maintained their position at the top of the table with a hard-fought 2-1 victory over rivals. Everton, the Reds, quickly established a 2-goal lead in the first half but had to withstand a fierce onslaught from the visitors after Idrissa Gueye narrowed the gap with more than 30 minutes left on the clock. Here's a look at Liverpool's next 5 fixtures compared to those of their title rivals. Jamie Carragher spots major problem Arsenal has not solved in Liverpool title race. Jamie Carragher and Roy Keane have voiced their worries about Arsenal's ability to keep pace with Liverpool in the Premier League title race. The Gunners managed to scrape a last-minute draw against Manchester City on Sunday, thanks to Gabriel Martinelli's stoppage-time equalizer, which nullified Erling Haaland's initial goal. Arne Slot's team currently holds a 5-point lead at the top of the table, following their 2-1 victory over Everton. Tottenham Hotspur, Bournemouth, and Arsenal are hot on their heels after 5 matches. Liverpool triumphed over its rivals on Saturday and would have been keenly observing the action in North London as City were on the brink of securing a win at the Emirates Stadium. Haaland's first-half goal seemed set to be the game-changer until the Brazilian striker outpaced the City defense and lobbed the ball over Donnarumma. With City apparently going through a period of transition, Arsenal has been tipped as potential contenders for the Premier League title, ready to challenge the reigning champions. While Liverpool has had an impeccable start, their performances haven't been at full throttle but have nonetheless resulted in a flawless record so far. However, Arsenal's recent displays have raised concerns among pundits. Both Keane and Carragher noted a lack of creativity from Mikel Arteta's side, which could potentially hinder their title ambitions. I can understand where Declan Rice is coming from. When you dominate a title rival as much as they did, you're pleased in some ways because it's not normal to see a game so one-sided, said the former Liverpool defender Carragher. I can't get away from the fact that Arsenal doesn't look like it is going to score a goal in open play. I felt that at Manchester United, Anfield, and today. Fair play they got the goal today, but it has to be a big worry for Arsenal. They didn't really look like scoring. That was a problem last season, and it still looks like in these 5 games they've still got it. The former Manchester United midfielder Keane reckons that Arsenal have deficiencies compared to Liverpool and the previous title-winning squads put together by Guardiola. Keane remarked, "We've said it many times, possession doesn't win you football matches. We were watching the game. Were they going to create something? We talk about the strength in depth, subs coming off the bench and having a big involvement in the goal, but it's the same issues. On one hand, you give them credit. They keep going, but the problem is when you're talking about Arsenal winning league titles, when you see what Liverpool are doing, Man City have done, they're still short. They're a good team, but the standards of the other teams, they still look short in that area. City are still trying to find their way. They're not the same from 2 or 3 years ago. There's a lack of belief in terms of their possession and pushing for a second goal." Roy Keane highlights Arsenal title flaw in Liverpool battle despite $400 outlay. Roy Keane has criticized Andrea Berta following Arsenal's thrilling stalemate with Manchester City. Gabriel Martinelli rescued a point for the Gunners at the Emirates Stadium on Sunday afternoon, chipping over Gianluigi Donnarumma deep into added time as Liverpool got a title boost. Erling Haaland had put Pep Guardiola's team in front within the first 15 minutes after exploiting Arsenal on the break. The away side then eased off the throttle, allowing the North London outfit to attempt breaking down their defense. After deploying a rather cautious starting 11, the Gunners found it difficult to fashion many genuine opportunities. At the interval, Arteta took a gamble, introducing Bukayo Saka and Eberechi Eze. The former subsequently set up Martinelli, who had come on for Jurrien Timber in the closing stages. Arsenal dominated possession throughout, though managed just 3 efforts on target. Speaking to Sky Sports post-match, Keane suggested the Gunners are short of creativity, despite splashing over $400 million on fresh talent during the summer as it battles Liverpool in the title race. Berta recruited 3 forwards in Eze, Victor Gyökeres, and Noni Madueke, the latter remaining without a goal or assist across 6 appearances. The Manchester United icon remarked, "It's the same issues for Arsenal. On the one hand, you have to give them credit. They kept going and in the end they got a draw. However, when you are talking about Arsenal winning league titles and you see what Liverpool are doing and what Man City have done over the years, they are still short in terms of creativity. They have a lot of good players and they are a really solid team, but the standards the other teams have set over the years, they still look short in that area." Keane added, "Man City are still trying to find their way. It's not the same City that we've seen over the years, but they sit in against Arsenal and generally did quite well. They just lost a bit of concentration at the end, but it was a great ball, a great run, and a great finish. But there was a lack of belief from City and a lack of trying to get a second goal. So Arsenal did deserve to get something out of the game." Jamie Carragher also observed that Arsenal continued to appear toothless in the final third. The former Liverpool centre-back remarked, "I cannot get away from the fact Arsenal do not look like scoring a goal in open play, and I felt that at Man United in the first game and at Anfield and today. Credit to them as they found a way. They had lots of set pieces, but they did not look as dangerous on them today. But this still has to be a worry for Arsenal. I think this season from Arsenal, in their 5 games from open play, their XG is about 3. They did not really look like scoring at all. And that is still a problem they had last season. And it still looks in these first 5 games they still have it." Liverpool facing potential 58 million. Man UTD transfer battle after Mark Guehi. Twist, Liverpool could be set to battle Manchester United and Chelsea for the signature of Juventus defender Gleison Bremer. The Brazilian has played 95 times for the Turin club since joining in 2022 and is reportedly gaining interest from outside Serie A. As per Team Talk, Bremer would be keen on a move to England and remains high on the radar of the 3 Premier League clubs. The report adds that Juve sees the centre-back as irreplaceable, but that stance is expected to be tested sooner rather than later. That could happen in either the winter or summer transfer windows of 2026, and typically, sides on the continent struggle to retain their best stars when the opportunity of a move to England emerges. Bremer has earned 5 international caps for Brazil, the last of which came in June 2024. According to Transfermarkt, Bremer's market value is $50 million or $58.7 million. That Liverpool is being linked with a fresh centre-back. Target is noteworthy following reports last week that Mark Guehi could be set to join Real this summer. The Crystal Palace captain, nearly signed for Liverpool, on transfer deadline day before a deal, collapsed in the final hours. It is widely accepted that Liverpool will seek to sign the England international before the 2026-27 season, with Guehi's contract at Selhurst Park set to expire in the summer. The Mirror claims Real is Guehi's preferred choice, with Los Blancos making their interest clear to the player and his representatives. Given that the Spanish team captured Trent Alexander-Arnold from Liverpool last summer and is being linked with a move for Ibrahima Konate, a move for Guehi would not go down well at Anfield. Indeed, it's possible he could play centre-back alongside Konate at Real next season. The Frenchman's contract also expires this summer, and despite months of negotiations, there have been no signs of a breakthrough. Therefore, reports of interest in a new center-back may raise some concerns with supporters. Liverpool is well stocked at the heart of defense, with Arne Slot able to call upon 4 senior options. Konate and Virgil van Dijk are clearly the preferred partnership, but given that the latter is 34, his long-term future also looks uncertain. Joe Gomez's fitness issues mean he cannot be relied on to play regularly, while Giovanni Leone is yet to make his debut for the club. The teenager has played just 17 senior top-tier league matches in his career and is seen as a star of the future. So, a scenario in which Liverpool has to sign a ready-made first-team center-back next summer feels distinctly possible. Virgil van Dijk hails incredible Liverpool teammate who is proving a 46 matters transfer steal. If anyone involved in Bayern, Munich's decision to let Ryan Gravenberch leave the Bundesliga side was watching as Liverpool played Everton this weekend. It would have made for uncomfortable viewing. Indeed, anyone who has seen Gravenberch play at any point since the new campaign kicked off, and for the majority of the 2024-25 season too, it is baffling how Liverpool managed to sign the Dutchman for only $46 million, $34 million. In the current context, that is a transfer bargain of huge proportions. And having not long turned 23, there is still lots more to come from Gravenberch, who has established himself as a key linchpin in Arne Slot's Liverpool side. Not just this season, he's been playing like that from the moment last season started, Virgil van Dijk told reporters this weekend. He's unbelievable. He's very important to the way we play. For me personally, you see the amount of times I try to look for him. It benefits him, me and the team. He's in incredible shape. He's in the form of his life. He has to keep going. He's still young. The expectation level will always be right up there, and that's what he has to try to reach every 3 or 4 days. It's a nice challenge, Gravenberch. Won the PFA Young Player of the Year award for last season, but he has reached another level with his performances in the early stages of the new campaign. I think his role changed a bit in that particular moment because Alexis Mac Allister, was on the pitch. And he can obviously cover the number 6 position at times, Van Dijk said. Because they try to go a bit man versus man in the midfield, you have to try to take your marker away. He did that outstandingly well. It was a great goal. During his first season here, he hardly played either. Listen, it's a mix of everything. Getting confidence, progressing and improving as a player, playing games at the highest level, and your role in the team. I'm very pleased for him because he puts in a lot of hard work to do what he is today. Liverpool moved 5 points clear, at the top of the Premier League with a win, though Arsenal could move back within 3 points of the Reds again if it can beat Manchester City later. Maintaining its 100% record and earning the bragging rights in the Merseyside derby, Van Dijk was pleased with the way his team performed after a period of 3 games in the space of 8 days. Very good game, he said. In the first half, we were outstanding in possession, scored 2 great goals. In the second half, we were a bit sloppy at times and lost the ball in difficult places. We gave them a little bit of momentum. After they scored, we created some opportunities on the counterattack to get a 3rd goal. We could maybe have done a bit better, but in the circumstances, I'm very pleased with the performance. Now we recover and go home. Liverpool news and transfers live. Everton win. 5 players to miss Southampton Guehi competition. Liverpool has only played 6 times this season in all competitions, but it has won every game and is currently 5 points clear at the top of the Premier League table ahead of Arsenal hosting Manchester City. The latest win, of course, was against Everton, with Ryan Gravenberch excelling and Hugo Ekitike getting on the scoresheet again. Mohamed Salah impressed too, while Dominik Szoboszlai continued his good form. Next up for the Reds is the visit of Southampton in the Carabao Cup. Arne Slot has already confirmed that 5 players won't play in that game, with wholesale changes to the starting 11 expected. And next up in the Premier League is a trip to Selhurst Park to take on Crystal Palace, with a visit to Chelsea, who lost to Manchester United on Saturday, also coming up before the October international break. More Arsenal reaction. Roy Keane has praised Arne Slot's attacking, risky heavy approach in comparison to Mikel Arteta's often cautious tactics. Well, I believe Slot is going out to win football matches and not afraid of giving up chances and losing goals, the Irishman told Sky Sports. It might be nerve-wracking for some of the supporters who want to be tight at the back. But football is entertainment, and when I was playing United, we gave up goals. But we always felt we had 2 or 3 in us. It's a different mindset for a manager. Whenever I look at Liverpool, they're entertaining to watch. They're finding ways to win. That is a brilliant trait to have. Encouraging signs from Liverpool. Jamie Carragher believes Liverpool is beginning to find its feet after a few disjointed displays in the early weeks of the season. Every game Liverpool play, you always feel like they're going to score 2 goals, he said on Sky Sports. That's on a normal day. On a better day, they could score 3 or 4. That's what won them the title last season. It's fair to say that they haven't been at their best this season, but a huge victory for Liverpool. Yesterday, Liverpool for the first 45 minutes, and at times in midweek against Atletico Madrid, were pretty good. You maybe think they're getting closer to where they need to be and want to be. I think we've just seen signs in the last couple of games that they're on the right way. Thank you for watching. Like and comment, subscribe.